pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord, I would just ask for grace for those that we forgive and mercy for those who need humility. Lord, I'd also like to pray for those who are serving abroad and are at home for protecting our freedoms that we have this day. In your name we pray. Amen. All right. Reading and approval of minutes from November 3rd.
Motion to approve and suspend reading.
Motion.
Second.
Second. Any discussion? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. The approval of the agenda.
So moved.
We got a motion?
Second.
Second. Any discussion or additions? None? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Same sign. Motion passed. All right. 5A.
As indicated in the notes, there are no action items on the engineer's report. I have been trying to contact Waves Builders regarding Expedition Estates. We'll hopefully have something on one of the December agendas to go back on there, or at least discuss. Other than that, the spot repairs, all the underground work is supposed to be done. So it'll just be the patchwork next spring.
When was the last time you had communication with the builder?
What's that?
When's the last time you had communication?
A little over a week ago.
Okay.
And then, so you gave them all our contact info. Has anybody else been contacted by them? Okay.
All right. Anything else with that, Monty?
Nothing from me.
Okay. 7A, the golf cart ordinance, second reading. I think based on the additional information provided by Donovan and Caper, I would ask that since we have more possible changes, that we wait or we can discuss it further if we want to change anything now, or however you guys want to do it. I would suggest this waiting in case we have more things come out. We don't have a hugely pressing need right now, but I'm willing to listen.
I'd like to table it for our next meeting, if we could, so we can look at it. And of course, Jesse, like you said, in case anything else pops up, so I just don't want to approve the second reading and have it reopen again, so.
We don't need a motion to the table, do we?
You can motion to postpone action on it until the next meeting.
So moved.
We have a motion to postpone to next meeting.
Second.
We have a second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
I
I oppose. All opposed, same sign. The purchase agreement for the water plant.
This will be a little bit similar. Attorney Donovan shared a draft that they prepared, and I sent it to the parties that was interested in purchasing. They were going to review it and get back to us. So again, you're probably going to end up postponing action unless you have no intentions of entertaining it.
So, this is for the firework, or the fireworks stand, right?
It's for the bill.
Water.
For the building, but the fireworks,
The fireworks.
the fireworks owner.
Yeah.
And so, maybe I missed it in here, but there was nothing saying what the intended use of the building was.
It's a commercial building, they don't have to.
No, I understand they don't have to, but I guess that's where,
I just look at it as being just about $100,000 less than we're asking for it.
so there's that, and then for me, it's the use case, like, do we want another just, essentially, the building's just gonna eventually just, if we were to sell to him, it's gonna be vacant for the whole year until July. Do we wanna continually add that to our Main Street, because we have a bunch of vacant buildings as it is?
You don't actually know that's where he's gonna use it.
Yeah.
I don't, and that's kind of
He
where
might use it for something else the rest of the year, though.
yes, but I'm just
Right,
saying,
yeah.
food for thought.
And
it's-
either way, it's on the tax rolls.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and that's the other part. I'm just voicing like the fact that, you know, the use case, I mean, yes, it's an occupied building and it's something that's off our hands and putting back into the community, but
I think if there was additional uses, that it would draw additional offers. That maybe, that's my thought.
yeah.
I don't know, do we,
But this is like the same template that I used previously. too.
basically, it seems like the city's liable for just about everything.
Everything, yeah.
That's why the agreement that attorneys Donovan drafted and I sent to him today is completely different. Most of those,
Did he resend this one to you?
Yes.
Is that what started it? Okay.
yes,
But even by this one, we can't technically vote on it, in my opinion, because it's outdated. It says October 31st. Well, we're a long ways past that. So the contract's already null and void, right, Pat?
Well, you haven't accepted anything, so there's,
No,
yeah.
but,
There is no
So
contract.
correct, but to
He
accept
would have
that.
to, he would have to agree to any extension of
Okay,
the purchase agreement.
which is addressed in the draft that attorney Donovan sent him.
Have you gotten any other phone calls, Monty, or has Heather, do you know, on the
Well,
property?
Heather's not involved anymore.
Okay,
Our listing agreement with her expired quite some time ago.
okay.
I mean, maybe this is a conversation for further down the road, but is that something we might want to explore, is getting somebody else involved for, you know, because she provides the advertising of the property, or not her necessarily, but an agent, if you will.
hasn't helped.
I know it hasn't really moved much, but again, I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, it's been on the market for 3 years.
Yeah,
And it hasn't been used in over 10 years.
sure. It's been 10 years, right?
We went on Southwest Water in 2012.
Holy cow. We're getting old.
Might have to turn.
I would just like to see us say that, you know, we want them like 80,000 or 90, or, you know what I mean, like something else, and say, well, here you go. You know, it's not that dollar amount, but,
Yeah, I think that's way too low.
yeah.
Mhm.
Do we have to negotiate in public for a purchase agreement?
Well,
Or do we have to wait for
Not-
every city meeting to
not
negotiate?
necessarily, but what you have to keep in mind is that you hold all the public property in trust for the public,
Correct.
so that, you know, you should try to maximize whatever you
Absolutely.
get from it. And whether it's public or private discussion of that negotiation, I mean, there are exceptions to the open records, the open meetings laws, and they include some business purposes. I'm not sure if negotiating a sale price on something that's been advertised to the public already falls within there. I'd have to see if there's been something. Actually, I don't know if Myra or Dan know,
they might know.
As far as I'm aware, and I don't know for sure either, but I'm thinking negotiations are one of those exceptions.
I know they are for, when it comes to personnel and, you know, that sort of thing, and health histories and for business purposes, if you were trying to attract somebody that needed to remain anonymous for a period of time, there's exceptions for that. But like I say, I'm not absolutely certain.
I think it is, here's like, and I don't know for sure either, but it's kind of like, again, from my perspective, you know, if I'm publishing your negotiating strategy in advance of the negotiations, it's just,
Well,
so
yeah.
my understanding is that there is, but it would be good to know the limits.
But you certainly can make a counter offer. You're
One,
getting into negotiations, I guess, but
Right.
you know, it's very limited.
the one thing I do know is that any actual decisions that you make, not necessarily the discussions that lead to it, but any decisions like a counter offer or anything like that, that does have to be public. But the actual discussions around how you get there and stuff, I'm thinking that can be.
I'd like to see what they say to what was sent to them.
Was there a price point in that agreement?
No.
No, it was just, okay.
I was just gonna say what we, I don't wanna say countered with Attorney Donovan, what he drafted and sent. I'm all, you know, it's pretty much the same. It's like he hit reply to all again and just sent back to Monty.
That's what my thought was.
And I'd like to see what they come back with, what Donovan Kafer sent to him, or through Monty, I guess, as well.
Now,
It'd be kinda nice if you would just show up to the meeting.
well, that's kind of
Well,
part of
that
it,
too,
and the
yeah.
thing is, why I'm so weary of this is the fact that, like, it has been it's just been a straight up source of contention when it comes to the licensing with this company. It seemingly, like, almost every single year there's something that's coming up. And I don't, is that something that we want to perpetuate? I mean, I know he doesn't have to tell us what the use case of the building is. That's fine. But, like, I mean, the simplest answer is probably the bright one, right? Like,
To be honest, it would be a fantastic building for him to be.
sure, it would be, but is this gonna continue these issues?
Yeah, but due to the tank, he could use it as an ammunition storage.
So then that could mitigate these issues that we have, because he's got a solution there. That's what I'm asking, so, I mean, if this kid, because I would bring in another business too, in the town, right? I'd love to foster that relationship. Huh?
It is,
Yes, it is.
yeah,
Okay.
so it could be, you know, I'm guessing they haven't used their.
Any exemption though would only be on the portion of the improvement.
And they have to improve it like 50%.
It has to,
of the value,
yeah, it
right?
has to improve at least 50%.
But
Just because we've been on that
that's-
subject, so.
That's really not that much, you know. 50% of whatever we sell it for, you know, we're only
That's
asking
true.
150 now. Doesn't take,
Yeah, but that's not the value. Correct. I mean, that value's gonna come in probably higher than 150 on that building.
Does it have to be the appraised value? 50% of that?
50% of
Okay.
the assessed
Oh.
value.
Gotcha.
but I still wouldn't think it would take that much to get it over 50%. It's very tough shape.
Yeah.
I just asked because we've been on that subject the last couple of meetings, so that's
Yeah.
why.
And they were going to appear tonight, but when they got the draft agreement at 1 o'clock this afternoon, they needed time to look at it because they couldn't.
Well, that's
I'm sure he
That's
has taken to
reasonable.
his lawyer.
yeah, I mean, if there was somebody to talk to bounce questions that I have off, I would feel better in the future making these decisions. But as of right now, I got questions that I'm just, just so everybody else is aware of that.
Well, is it fair to say, Monty, we can table this maybe and then see if he gets back to you and put it on for next agenda?
Is that a motion?
Yes, it is.
Second.
There's a second.
Any additional discussion?
Myra, you had something?
I'll save it for, I'm gonna talk about Renaissance anyway, so.
Is it a motion to postpone? You know,
It's table.
technically, if you have a motion to table, then when you bring it up again, you have to have a motion to remove it from the table. But if you just postpone, you can.
So postpone instead of table. Then can you read that, Monty?
Motion to postpone action.
You're good, Monty, you're so good at this.
All right, any other discussion?
I do.
All in favor of postponing it?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes to postpone. All right, new reports. Water, sewer, garbage.
So it looks like I guess landfill, I guess. Well, the rates are gonna go up here. Here, and I guess, I guess, and I guess January here, even though that the note I have here, it says it's when the city's bill is gonna go up about, what I guess, at 10 grand in a year, so I don't know. Guess I don't know, I guess then if we then need to raise up our rates or not. But no, that's all that I would have, so.
I mean, for us, in budgeting time, it sure would've been nice to know before, so we could have budgeted. Now our budget's set for next year. Do we have the money somewhere, Monty, if we do decide, I mean,
The budget is just a guideline. It doesn't make any difference. If we go over it because of this, you amend the budget at the end of the year. I will get you information as to what the rates and where we were this year as far as income and expenses, so you have an idea if we should go up some more.
So we'd have a better
Better
number
understand,
as to
yeah.
what we would have to increase it to?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I guess I would like to see that, 'cause
Yeah. Same.
unfortunately might have to.
Kind of seems like the county should have done a little more due diligence before budgeting time. Because this doesn't affect just us, it affects quite a few different organizations throughout this county.
Yeah, it's not just.
Beulah, I don't know if Stanton hauls theirs over there or not.
They're using
Circle.
we're using circles, so I don't know.
You know, there's a couple other places around here, but it affects all of them if they use the landfill. And to do that in November, it's pretty tough to budget for next year already.
Yep.
But once again, it's a failure of our commission, which seems to happen a lot.
Even if we were just to, I guess, like raise up our rates and stuff, their stuff isn't going to screw around with the budget then.
No.
It'll be,
No.
We could make that decision how we want to graduate that.
Yeah.
If we did. I think that'd be fair to the citizens to offer something because not a lot of notice.
No.
And 10,000, that's just a rough estimate, right? Because or more. Is it just
It'd be
pretty
right
dang
at-
close?
Based on this year's
Yeah.
tonnage, it would be right at
Okay.
10, yeah.
Okay, anything additional or we? Nope. Okay.
Those things.
Mr. Hack?
I have nothing, Dave. Is the water or the rain we had today, is that affecting gutters and pluggage at all? Or just
No, we got all the storm drain stuff cleaned out for the winter and stuff, so we're in pretty good shape. We might have to clean a few storm grates on the surface or whatever, and a few of these wash in, but no, we're good for the winter that way.
And I did notice, CC did come back in those spots and they resurfaced with
Yeah,
material
it's
before winter.
a lot better than it
So,
was.
other than that, still no, lights on our loader yet, but hopefully we get something publicized.
Because I wasn't here. I was asked today why it wasn't traded in and why it's being sold.
So if that person goes to, the meeting, what day was that? Can we,
Oh, on YouTube, yeah.
yeah, on YouTube,
Yeah.
and just watch? Yeah, 'cause
There's
that-
two, I think there's two meetings that cover that, right?
According to, this is the first loader I've been involved with, but generally we get more money by selling it outright by quite a large
Yeah.
sum than trading it in.
And that pretty much held true with all the bids.
Yeah, they
So
were,
that-
Sounds great.
if I remember it, they were all in the 20-some thousand for trade-in.
I think there was one just nudging to 30, if I remember right.
That was actually over 40.
Was it one?
Okay, maybe there was one over 40.
Caterpillar. No, John Deere. John Deere was right at.
But then, wasn't that an expensive machine? That's what
They were, I wanna say $8,000 more than we got, just off the top of my head.
I don't,
Fair enough.
yeah, that statement's true as well.
Okay.
Good question.
Anything else, Mr. Hack?
No, I got nothing.
Mr. Folkers?
Nothing at this time other than we'll have a staff meeting for transit on Thursday at 2, right?
Yep.
This is more of a confirming this to myself. We'll report back after that if there's anything that comes up there, and that's all I got.
Okay.
Unless you have anything, Monty.
I don't.
Okay.
Did Sonny's license, did you hear back?
Yeah.
The state?
The Class C is sufficient.
Good.
Jim, you ever report back to us on the Third and Third Avenue?
First.
Or First and First, sorry.
All the officers patrolled that. I did target patrol in the morning and afternoon. No violations, no speeders, nothing. So I would recommend no stop signs. They got 2 yield signs there. Mostly everybody stops at the post office and then comes down and turns, or the rest of the river comes out to their parking lot. And coming all the way down, that's a 25-mile-an-hour zone. You're not gonna take that corner at 25. So we saw enough in that morning stop signs.
Can I add something? There wasn't any concern of inherent traffic violations there, just so we're all on the same page. That wasn't my concern, it was just the fact that, like we had discussed previously, it's just the use case of the building, children in and out of there and stuff like that. It's not necessarily violators, traffic violators coming through there, it's just the inherent speeds that are set right now.
But that would be a traffic violation for the speed.
Well, the speed as it's set, in my opinion, it might be too fast. Those are just the things that I'm saying. I'm not saying that you're not right on everything, I'm just reiterating the concern that I have, that maybe 25 is too fast for there. You know, maybe a yield sign isn't necessarily an appropriate use case of traffic control right there. I mean, I don't know, these are the things that are my concern at this point. I mean, I don't know if we should necessarily go to full-blown stop signs, a stop sign controlled intersection. I mean, would that fix a lot of that, in my opinion? Probably. But is it extreme? Maybe.
Maybe just through adjustment, behavioral adjustment after The newness wears off. the
And maybe
business.
that's just it, maybe people will be more cognizant of children coming in and out of there. Hopefully, you know what I mean, if we're not gonna make any changes. But I can take that upon myself to keep tabs of the owner too there. And, just kind of give updates if.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be a one-off conversation.
And there is just, this is another thing in that area too, there's a 10-minute parking sign on that I was completely oblivious to for the 30 years I lived in this town on the west side of First Avenue, across from there. It says 10-minute parking only, so I don't know if we should probably just take that down. I don't know if the post office is, nobody has any idea what I'm talking
No,
about.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Are you
Okay.
talking by Rush's place there?
Yeah. Diagonal parking, it says 10-minute parking only.
Is
I
that,
think it
these,
was just from to the alley.
I think I don't know, it
Yeah,
was
it's from
kind
the
of,
alley to the south.
Yeah, it doesn't come.
And that was for post office use, so people didn't park there all day,
Yep.
so you had access
Yeah.
to the post office.
that's what I thought that
I
was.
believe
for.
back when them signs were put up, the hardware store was across the street.
the what was?
Hardware store.
Oh,
Before my time.
way before my time.
Oh, buckets.
No, I don't think so. I think you're around.
Uh,
No?
No, I don't think so.
No,
Maybe
he just looks way
if I,
older than he is.
if I was, I don't remember it ever being there, I was young enough.
That's what I assumed, I knew the signs were there, but I just always assumed. it
Because
was-
what I think is possibly happening too is that people see that sign like, I'm gonna be in there for way more than 10 minutes. And then they're kind of forced to park on the other side, where now we're introducing this problem where kids are coming into the street to get into the car, kind of thing. So these are just things that I see.
No, like I said, I think it's a behavioral change, and I think,
If anything, you put a slow children, sign up on these ones that says holes. By the post office there, slow children.
Something.
a pedestrian crossing.
It's not really a crossing,
No, true.
they're just like slow, like this one, slow children playing, like instead of playing. Unless you want, I don't know what they do. They take them outside and play in the summertime. They're by no means by the intersection at all. Is that therapy? We have Sue's in the parking lot for West River, and then therapy, and then West River again. So it's not really on an intersection, it's a bit of an intersection.
That was my concern.
Noted.
Give them, would be fair, just to, like Jesse said, behavioral, keep an eye on it, situation. Is that fair, Jim?
Yeah.
Anything else, Mr. Weaver?
I have nothing else unless Jim has anything else.
Radios, cameras are on the way. Sent out. Zoom meeting,
I think Jesse's more excited.
set up in the point, get them installed, so. Hopefully by January we have them in and ready.
They sent a guy out to install this?
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be sweet.
Package.
Whenever you do that, Jim, you can use the fire hall or whatever, so they're not outside.
That's what I talked to Monty about, fire hall.
Fire hall or the shop
We're
or,
not gonna have them do it outside.
no, it's, especially in January, it's,
Although it would test how good these guys are. We can give you guys a heck of a recommendation if you're able to install this in sub-zero weather.
Okay.
Any bites on the whole expedition at all, or?
as of now, no. And so still no bites on the Forester either.
That expedition's ready to go too.
That's not usually bad.
Everything's stripped off. Radio and radar out of it, everything else stays. It's ready to go.
Yep. Okay.
Been a while, I missed a meeting, so I apologize. Finally got a Renaissance Zone ad worked up that I think is acceptable. I sent it to the paper and I thought they were gonna clean it up, but apparently they don't do that anymore, so I cleaned it up to my ability and I'm hoping I don't know if it's gonna make it to this week's paper or not. It may or may not. But I just said, new construction, remodeling, and purchases may be eligible for property tax relief for up to 8 years. So I just use the word may. Applies to commercial and residential properties. For more information and eligibility guidelines, call me. I put my 2 phone numbers. One of the things that when we were going through the guidelines again, purchases are eligible, but this is a one and done deal, kinda. And all you get is 10% off your taxes, right, Monty? That's how I understood it. And then you don't have that property, because it goes, Renaissance zone goes with the property, not the people. You don't have another chance to use it for 30 years. So that's probably why you haven't seen anything on purchases. Very few people use it. I think we had one that used it over the years. But I would be, especially on an older property, if somebody wants to remodel. And then I think we were talking about remodeling the building that the city owns, the waterworks building. It has to be exterior improvements, though, doesn't it? Interior, I don't think,
No.
do they? It's just exterior
No.
improvements.
This be the same as the dental office over here. It was all interior.
What was interior?
And I did some extra.
Okay.
Well, some exterior.
But that wasn't, okay. I see.
So I just wanted to make sure I understood that, and then Monty, you're here and you're so familiar with it. So anyway, that adds money. And you'll probably, I don't know if that's going in this week or when it is. About 4 or 5 months ago, I did submit my resignation. And I guess they're gonna advertise it now.
Denied.
Thank you.
We'll revisit another 4 to 5 months.
So anyway, I didn't want you to get caught off guard. I discovered I have an aneurysm and think that my grandchildren have the right to have their grandmother at their ball games. And my brother-in-law was just diagnosed with the same cancer that Jerry had. So things are getting ugly, possibly. But there's always hope. And then on the website, for the Hazen City website, we now have Swanson's Clinic on there, Surge Aesthetics, Bees, a water plant, and the former urban coffee building. All we put on is a couple pictures, short description, saying call whoever's in charge. Not Antoinette. We aren't realtors. People do ask us a lot of questions, and we are happy to connect them, but we're not selling. Been a realtor in the past, but not anymore. Don't have a license. And then someone is working on purchasing the gym, and that would also be a flex space request coming into HCD, which is great. Just to let you know, our annual meeting is set at the golf course on February 17th, which is a Tuesday. So I invested in that last year. I had it on a Tuesday, and then Buster said, I tried to do that on Wednesday, so a better turnout. Did I check the calendar? No, it was Lent. That created some heartache. And so we're just going to do it on a Tuesday and call it good. That's when our meeting normally is. And the golf course lost Chad as their manager. And I guess Hazen Water Sports, he's not there anymore either. But they are responding back to people who are scheduled to do so. Jordan Sargent got back to me that that date would work.
Okay.
So that's going on. Wednesday here at City Hall, we have a Vision West meeting. That's open to the public. Talent Industries is going to be here. So if you're interested in knowing or talking to them, they will be here. The meeting starts at 9, I believe, and goes till 3. And if you wanted to come in late, that's fine too. Lunch will be served, and there's no cost for that meeting. And what else have I got? Oh, I did get some plans for a hotel from someone that I've been working with for about a year. It's a slow process with that person. They don't give me a lot of information. When I talked to him originally, he said, well, there's a person, I got a guy, he said, who's talked about putting a hotel in Hazen for a long time now, but I told him it wasn't the right time. I said, it's the right time, let's talk about it. So finally I got just a little bit, not the number for the guy, but I got a plan. So I was gonna send it to Monty, I haven't done that yet. And then I did have someone else talk to Al at Rough Rider about buying his hotel. He's not interested in selling. He just likes what he does. I mean, it's just the way it is. But that person would have wanted to handle it. Talked about what I've talked about. I wish he could put a few extended stay suites in. But I'm sure if he digs into that building, it's gonna put all kinds of ADA requirements on him. So, and like I said, he just likes what he does. He's not interested in selling at this time. I will go over and visit with him to let him know that we are gonna look at a hotel if we have the opportunity. And they talked to him about that in the past, and he was fine with it. So, that's really all I've got, unless you have questions for me.
So that meeting was 9 to 3?
Pardon?
You said the meeting was from 9 AM to 3 PM?
Yeah.
Okay. Short 6-hour meeting. Thank you.
Yeah, it's not real long, but.
Anything else?
Not that I can think of, unless I can think of something, any other questions that I didn't cover.
Okay.
And with that, I'm gonna take off because I have a ball game.
Enjoy yourself.
Thanks, Marv.
Yeah, right, I'm gonna retire.
I don't have anything from the last weekend. I haven't attended any meetings that pertains to me, so maybe in the future. Let's go down to 11A, the welcome sign. Main signs have provided some quotes, additional options.
Did get some additional quotes from Van Signs for option 3 is what they call the Watchfire Highway sign. It's basically just a static text sign, kind of like they use on the interstate, where because there are issues with animation along the highway signs, because you're not supposed to be distracted. So these hold that message for 10 or 15 seconds, then switch to a new message or whatever. So there are two different options here. One comes in at 98,000. The other one is a little bit smaller sign, comes in at 69,000. This one would be 4.5 by 16 feet.
That's huge.
That's not bad. It's like kind of
And the other one was 7.5 by 16 feet.
Those are big.
What was the
They were
cost?
trying to use the space, basically, that's there without having to remove that frame or anything.
Oh, they would be able to?
Yes,
What was the 4.5 by 16 or whatever?
that was 69,111.
That's way more nice.
Does not include the electrical hookup, any permitting, or any of that.
And so if I understand, so it's static text, or just a static
It's
advertisement, and then it switches no animation capabilities, is that what you're saying?
It's
Or?
basically a static text sign. I just said like those along the interstate.
Okay,
Click it or
so
tick
one
it.
color kind of LED pixels and,
Yeah.
okay.
Something to think about, or if you want to approach others as far as funding or those types of things. Just gives you another number.
And what was the highest price that we had in these again?
120.
121 or something like
Okay.
that.
I had like 176 in it, okay.
121.
Okay. And that $4,500 pretty much remains throughout every
Yeah.
install.
Yeah.
What does that look like with DOT? Is anybody familiar with that process? Kind of, hey, we're putting up another sign?
Yeah. Since we're not in there right away, I don't think
No, I would
it's
probably-
quite the process.
Yeah, okay.
Electrical, there is electrical there, right?
Should be, right?
There was, because there
The
was.
meter was removed.
The meter was,
So you
but
said-
But
electrical.
the electrical would.
But that was only to run a couple of lights, if that's enough to
Yeah.
run this.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
not, you know, might be a whole new surface put to it too.
Yeah, that I'm not aware of.
That's a better price, but still a lot.
it's a little more adjustable, but yeah, it's still, with the expense, I just had to see a picture of what this is.
You drive through like cities, like, I like DOT signs, they tell you like what the traffic rate is, or, you know, the amount of time in different places. You can stack text.
There's like no background to the text.
No.
Capability
It's
of
all
background. Okay.
Usually it's like a amber
Like the amber
color.
bulb, like,
Yeah.
watch out, Jesse's ship holes loose up ahead.
State Street, 15-minute delay.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, if we decide against it, you know, I'd be willing to talk to Rhonda with, beautification of art idea. I don't know, it's a neat idea, but I don't justify spending 70 grand on a 4 by 60-foot Monty.
Your other issue with that location is still gonna be those trees as well.
Yeah. I don't know.
And on the same topic, I know Union State Bank, you can, like, if you have something that needs to be advertised, you can propose it to them, and they'll put it up on their sign for free. And I believe Union Bank does the same thing. So, I mean, there's always that, if somebody's like really itching, like, yeah, we need a sign to, so we can advertise whatever, whether it be an event or whatever, like.
I believe Hazen Winter Sports is pretty.
No, I forget, I keep
I was just
forgetting
gonna
there is
say
that
that's
sign
like
there,
they
yeah,
sell
yeah,
that too, so.
that too, I'm sure they'd entertain that, right? So, I mean, there are options for signage like that.
Or do we just keep it and keep it authentic and, I don't know,
Rehab it maybe somehow, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, 69 is just too high for me at this point.
I think if we're gonna spend that kind of money, I'd rather have different options, like better graphics, options, different things, like not just slow traffic ahead.
Yeah, I agree. I think if there's a sign up there, that's not gonna really do it.
It really should be taller.
You know?
Yeah,
With those trees there, it should be quite a bit taller.
yeah, right now it's okay going into winter, but when everything's in full bloom, that sign gets pretty hidden.
I mean, actually, if you get like deep into it, like just the management of it, like who's gonna be responsible for the management of it? I
Right.
mean, there's not just,
Monty, duh.
I mean,
Yeah, because you could add quite a bit of hours to a single employee to do it every single week.
and then the requests that come in, there's gonna be a lot of requests. I mean, just keeping on top of everything. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad idea, I'm just saying there's just more than one aspect to look at.
It would be cool, but not justifiable.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Or, you know, maybe the school art would be interested in just repainting, but then we'd have to look at scaffolding, that kind of stuff.
You also got a liability issue then.
I know that.
Kids.
I mean, it's just, my mind is saying, yeah, but my other side of my mind is saying, excuse me, Hazen people, it's just gonna continue to rot.
Could this be like an egg class project? I don't know if they have like construction or whatever, because I mean, we built the garage on the east side of the middle school in my class.
But again, it's liability,
Again, we
on-
built the, maybe
Yeah, I know.
some changes, but yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
I would postpone any decision on this.
yeah,
Keep it.
yeah.
Keyword I didn't catch on right away. you think about it, like, these days you can get like a 180-inch TV flat screen from Costco for $220. That's only
That's
one
my
side of
hang-up.
these things.
But granted, they're not, but say you had a outdoor weather one, you could double the price.
And they're not dual-sided. I would imagine this was
I
dual-sided,
just-
wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you're technically talking two screens.
Well, my point being is like they're bound to come down in price. That just if we just
Eventually,
yeah, just depending on how much long we want to wait for that decision.
Do we have any other discussion with that on this? No? Public comments. Anybody from the audience that would like any public comments on anything? You're allowed 15 minutes, up to 15 minutes. I am not seeing it. Okay, approval of the bills.
Motion to approve bills is presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. We have discussion on the bills. Seeing none. Roll call vote.
Weidrich,
Aye.
Folker,
Aye.
Hack,
Aye.
Stern,
Aye.
Kipperl.
Aye. Motion passes. Seeing none other, I guess we're adjourned.